A gunman in Dallas just shot 3 detainees at an ICE facility, and Trump immediately attacked radical left Democrats. But last month, a black police officer was shot and killed by an anti-vaxxer at the CDC in Atlanta, and Trump said nothing. That's because Trump only cares about violence when he can weaponize it. In the case of the Dallas shooting, Trump's FBI director, Kash Patel, the same guy who tweeted misinformation about the Charlie Kirk shooter 2 weeks ago, rushed to post a photo of shell casings to prove that it was a left-wing attack. It's possible, but it's hard to believe that a gunman took the time to write the confessional words anti-ICE on shell casings and then shot 3 immigrants instead of shooting actual ICE agents. Trump exploited the Dallas tragedy to demand that Democrats stop the anti-ICE rhetoric. First of all, the nerve to lecture anybody when one of your top advisors just called Representative Jasmine Crockett a ghetto black. Second, no political figure in America has incited more violence over the last decade than you, Donald. And when our government came under attack on January 6th, you watched it on TV in the White House, praised the attackers, and then pardoned them. When Officer David Rose was killed defending a federal government building in Atlanta, he got no medal, no moment of silence, and no lowered flag. But when Charlie Kirk, a white civilian, was killed, you lowered flags, spoke at the funeral, and demanded national mourning. The black cop gets nothing, the white activist gets everything. Here's the bigger danger. Maybe the Dallas shooting was an anti-ICE attack, but only a third of Americans trust the federal government right now, and the credibility of independent agencies depends on not being corrupted by the president. Trump has stacked the government with unqualified political hacks who undermine faith in our institutions. He fired the nation's labor statistician because he doesn't like the jobs numbers, lied about the only black woman at the Fed so he can get her fired, weaponized the FCC to get Jimmy Kimmel off the air, pushed out a prosecutor in Virginia because he won't go after Trump's enemies, called climate change a hoax at the United Nations, and even stood with RFK Jr. to give unhinged medical advice attacking Tylenol.
I said, well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen.
There's a purpose behind this. Trump wants Americans to stop trusting doctors, scientists, economists, or anyone but himself. But when leaders politicize everything, people stop believing anything. And that vacuum of trust is where conspiracy theories flourish, violence spreads, and democracy dies.